Hello and welcome to Alumni Stadium for today's live stream broadcast of Braintree Soccer getting to take on Bay State Conference foe Brookline. Mike Wasserman in the coverage here on BCAM TV as we are underway here in the opening half. Braintree in their home blue uniforms as we are ready now. This one is scheduled to start at 4:30, not until around 4:45 or so is when this one kicked off. And Braintree still trying to put together some solid performances and get some wins under their belt. Just the one win, a home victory against Walpole, 2-1 in that game, and it was a victory for Brookline against the same foe in the Timberwolves. As this one is sent away by Braintree. See if any wind starts to factor into this one. Slight wind with very cool temperatures here today. Temperatures right around the low 60s. Supposed to get really cool overnight as Brookline looks to exit their own end. Played out to the midfield mark where that one will be moved forward by Goldberg, who chips it up ahead. And looking ahead now for Trisman. Here's an opportunity to bend this one across, and this one not close, as this one sends way high and wide, and it will be a goal kick. A couple minutes in now here to the opening half in a scoreless game. Two sides know each other well, and it will be a Braintree opportunity here to clear their own end. 38 minutes on the clock, and a foul going to go in front of the visiting bench. This one will be cleared out. Worked up by Rufo. Settled down and chipped ahead by Morrison. As this one now right around the midfield mark, jumping into the play and getting a body in there was the defensive Ho. Far side of the field now as Braintree looks to have a couple of changes in personnel here on the back line. Opportunity here for Brookline with some good speed as they look to try and cross and cannot get anything from it. As Braintree will clear it away, a lot of grabbing there on that defensive opportunity. And Braintree will not get the next touch. Worked along the edge of the field. 3 minutes in here to a first half, with two teams in desperate need of victories. Both sides in a little different positioning, though, as far as the rankings go. Brookline, because of better results in their tougher games, have been ranked inside of the top 20. But outside of that, obviously record-wise, very similar, just the one win. But not the same type of teams going head-to-head, although Braintree has had Brookline's number recently, as this one is shot towards goal, and on a tough hop, able to make the save, but there was no further rebound. So the opportunity was there, but Braintree will send this one away. Braintree with a throw-in, a rare throw-in here in this first half. Head coach Jamison trying to get his team to get a victory here at home. Their only win again coming here on their home field, and that was against Walpole back about a week and a half ago. And what was a very, very exciting finish to that game. Braintree actually gave up that tying goal in the final 2 minutes and then scored about 30 seconds later to win. What was a thrilling finish, as Braintree had an opportunity close to a handball inside the box, as Morrison now will track it down, dish it back to his own defensive player in Rufo. As Hussein now trying to slip the pass across, as Braintree is fouled. And the free kick coming just inside the 35. That'll be Barry, who was fouled. And Rufo will send this one in. 5 minutes into the first half is Braintree with an opportunity here. Here's the opportunity sitting there, and Ringus could not get a kick away. This one off the corner flag, and the signal is to the corner flag spot. So it will be a Braintree corner kick, and it will be a left-footed cross. Pretty much everybody back for Brookline. Braintree with just about everybody forward as well. And just about everybody in front of the goalie, Smagula. A low liner, and it's headed away by Brookline. I've never seen so much traffic in front of the goal like that. Just wonder if that's something Braintree has maybe drawn some sort of scouting report on. But haven't seen that during the course of the season. Maybe it's just a change in strategy for the home team, who obviously is in search of any sort of offense, as this one sent down, and not really much on that would have created an offensive chance. As this one bent up over midfield, and some contact in the back. Braintree fighting for possession. Back on the defensive line, as this one played ahead, and a chance for Treisman. Looking to cross it, and the Braintree defense able to make a play on it. Looking for a foul, but there was none coming. 33.5 minutes to go here in the first half. That was a good ball down the field, but Braintree had it pretty positioned well on defense. As this one cleared up over midfield again off the Braintree goal kick. And the opportunity now right along the edge of the field. It's Herget Harris who touches that one out of bounds for Braintree. So Braintree, the team in blue, Brookline in white. Their road uniforms, the Womps and the Warriors. Both with the initials BW, Braintree Womps, Brookline Warriors. And both Bay State Conference foes. As this one is worked back to the keeper, Smagula. He'll play it out short. And a dangerous pass is Morrison now, giving some trouble to the defender. As it's played right back to the keeper, who plays it right up the middle of the field, and Braintree has to be a little bit more active there in front of the goalie, who clearly has played it now twice in front of his own net. So approaching 8 minutes in, and play is going to be whistled offside. Did not hear a whistle on the field, but the referee had his arm up. Braintree actually lost some yardage there as they took the goal kick instead of what would have been around the 20-yard line, where they could have taken the free kick off the offside. A lot more speed right now being generated on the Brookline side as they move the ball in the middle of the field to the midfield position. Far side of the field now, as Braintree has him marked pretty well. And a little slip pass. Here's an opportunity for a shot, and they score. Short side, as Brookline has the lead here on the road. So just about 9 minutes in here to the opening half, and an opportunity for the Warriors to play in front as they search for win number 2. So the goal scorer for the Warriors, Nicoli, number 11, in white. There wasn't a ton of room short side, but he was able to find it. This one is worked down the far sideline. Braintree's now going to play from behind. No foul there, as Ringus was upended. Braintree has that one deflect, and it will be a throw-in. Very quickly worked in by Lawrence. Thrown in towards the 18 as they try and bend this one across. Looking for a couple of goals in a couple of minutes as Braintree clears to the far side. Had a chance to possess a little bit more. And now a foul going to be called, and this time against Braintree, as Lawrence was knocked down. Tough call to go there against the home team. Two players going for the ball there in that spot. Looked like Braintree was fouled on the prior possession, but they let it go as Ringus was taken down. And just looking for a threshold here. We have consistency. So 10 minutes into the first half, and a 1-0 game now in favor of Brookline. Opportunity here on a free kick. 25 yards out. They try to go through the Braintree wall. There was only one or two players in on it, as the opportunity was there for a second shot, as Braintree cannot clear. Still there, as it's going to be given right in the middle, and a great defensive play as Ho was able to get a foot on it, and that was excellent by the Braintree defense to take away that chance. Braintree with a good goal kick, able to send that one up over midfield. Deep in their own territory as this one chipped ahead by Herget Harris. The two brothers play catch with it, as this one is given back though by Braintree. And now trying to chip it ahead. This one up ahead for Hussein, but too far out of his reach, as the goalie lets it roll a little while before Braintree comes in to challenge. But high kick, as this one headed by Rufo, right at the midfield mark, as it's played up the field by Goldberg. Goldberg with the long ball down the far side. They got a lot of speed on the edges. A defense by Tracy, also getting involved in that for Braintree. On that far side was Diversaglu. Ball still moving forward as Braintree in some trouble here on defense. Herget Harris able to ward off the defender for a moment and at least give Braintree some time to make a play as Morrison chips it out a bounce. Ball played back right around the 30 as it's worked across the field now. Right back at midfield where Lawrence will play it across. And now Morrison able to jump in front of the passing lane. And Braintree now trying to use their speed down the near sideline. As this one for Herget Harris, but given away as Braintree trying to make a pass where it was not available. That was well defended by Lippman. And back down the far side again. Tracy's been busy on defense here early. 27 minutes to go. Here's the shot released and a save. Nice stop in goal. Papiano with the save for Braintree. As right now we're sitting at 26:45 to go. Right at midfield, here's Herget Harris trying to move it up the field. Could not get it there. For Hussein, now Braintree trying to chip it over the top. That's a good looking route to try and get the ball through some traffic, and that is blasted down the field, and a Brookline player who is shaken up at the end of the play. Long run in that direction, kept in bounce, and then the cross makes its way out of bounds. So getting set for a goal kick as Braintree getting ready here for a change up front. Tracy coming off, Hussein also coming off. Down the sideline, that one deflected, and it will go back out for another goal kick. So nearing 15 minutes in, as Braintree getting ready for yet another goal kick. Got to find a way to create some offensive opportunities. There haven't been many there here early in this first half for the home team. Obviously trailing right now by a goal, but Brookline using their speed to create some chances on the edges of the field. And of course the short side goal by Nicoli, the difference in this game. As Morrison now right inside of his own 50, chips to the outside for Divisoglu. As on the edge of the field, they try and get it ahead for Migliori, but he could not get it there. As Braintree continues to try and work it on the sidelines, but right now the pass is just not connecting. They've had trouble just stringing together multiple passes. Time of possession obviously favoring the visitors currently, as it's played back to the keeper. Played away by Smagula. As this one chipped ahead off the header, and now it's going to be the Braintree goalie to play it away. Neatly cleared, as Braintree now will chase along this sideline. Picked up on the edge by Goldberg. As Nicoli able to hold off the defender. He has the only goal of this game, number 11 in white. As Braintree clears it. Nobody challenging for Braintree currently, and then it is Morrison who escapes with the ball. Morrison down the sideline, trying to go toe-to-toe with the defender, and gives the ball away. Into some traffic, and Brookline very nicely able to clear. Back up the field, and this one's going to be out of the reach. Up ahead of the pack was Moriguchi, but that one well ahead of him. We've already seen one offside called against the visitors from Brookline. They have great speed. That's the one takeaway I've seen early in this game. Definitely a much quicker team than Braintree, but Braintree's got to find a way to use their skills to their own advantage. As they look up ahead of the pack, they could not get it there, as that was a good opportunity for Braintree to create a opportunity inside the 18. Slowed down by Barry. A nice little chip pass, Herget Harris. As this one deflects back to the defense, and again back is Lippman. As this one chipped ahead and headed away by the Braintree defense of Nguyen. Down the sideline, long run for Migliori. He will not get there, as Braintree was hoping for a crossing attempt, but clearly there was no chance there. That one just a little pace too far out of the reach. Braintree with some more changes. A couple more players off. One at the midfield position, one on defense. This one is forced to midfield, as Braintree able to knock it down with their leg. Knocked off Tracy's foot, and now Brookline possesses in a double team. Nice little touch there, as Braintree trying to break it free with the play of Etchell. Here is Barry cutting through some traffic with Etchell to his left. Nice pass, looking across, able to keep it in bounds. And Braintree was hoping for a corner, and they do not get the call.
Ref, open your eyes, ref. Are you blind? Come on. Don't look me.
21 and a half remaining. This one bent middle. Opportunity. Oh, and a big collision. And that's got to be a card. We're going to see a card. Obviously, you're worried about the player in goal now. That's the big concern here. You got to see for certain has to be a card here. But, of course, that was not the intention. Both players going for the ball. And right now, you're going to have to see at least a yellow, I would imagine, here, as both players went for the ball, but you always protect the goalie. And there could be a chance for even a red card here. It was that delicate of a situation here. So this is a very big call. 21:19 to go. We haven't seen any sort of signal. We're going to definitely have a change, and it looks like Braintree's going to go to a backup goalie, which one obviously was going to expect here in this spot. It's the last thing you wanted to see, with Braintree obviously down to their backup goalie and now into a bench player that's going to have to play goalie. You did not expect to have that happen here today. But really right now, the real perplexing situation is how there was no card on the play. At least a yellow had to be warranted there in that spot.
Come on, Ryan, wake up!
That's really interesting. Usually a team has a backup goalie they can put in this scenario. But in this case, they're subbing in.
So Braintree down to their third goalie on the roster. I guess that's the backup of the backup. Farrell was the starter pretty much most of the year, but I assume is battling an injury because did not play, or unless Braintree has made a change, but he would be backing up as the backup today if he was obviously healthy. So we're going to see some attention here from the Braintree trainer as Kara Hines going to have a chat. And right now, looking at the face, which you are concerned about a concussion when you have a collision like that, as Braintree will exit off of the goal kick. So there was no card shown, which is a shock here. Definitely didn't expect to see a red, but I expected at least a yellow at the very least in a spot like that. But it was a hard enough challenge to warrant something, as Braintree now trying to move it up the field. We'll see if this kind of gets Braintree fired up after having their goalie knocked out of the game for the time being. Here is Barry trying to dribble through some traffic, and the through ball is out of the reach of Etchell. Almost 20 minutes in now here to this first half in what has been a tight game. Braintree, of course, on the wrong side right now of an early goal. Opening goal coming, I believe it was 7 minutes in, as this one is flicked up by Braintree and chipped out of bounds in front of their own bench for a throw-in. So this is going to be Rufo to send it in for Braintree. Number 2 in blue, as this one is headed middle of the field. Both players rise, neither come away with the ball for the home team. This one on the sideline will be played back towards their defense, played away by Dong. Makes a nice pass, 20 yards up, as Braintree really not collapsing right now, giving up a lot of real estate on this field. As this one past the defensive Tracy. Here is Lawrence, who bends across with the left foot, and this one is wide of the goal. Clock continues to move. 18:50 left here in the first half in a one-goal game in favor of the visitors, as the Warriors have the lead here at Alumni Stadium. This one knocked off the defender, and now trying to work down the edge of the field is Peterson. Peterson defended well, and Braintree has gained themselves a goal kick. So right now, some ice being applied to the Braintree goalie, or at least the goalie who started. Papabiano. Might be mispronouncing that, but That's the best I can do. With 18:10 to go. Either way, Braintree now has had to make a change because of the injury. As this one is down the field again, and this one going to be out of bounds for yet another goal kick. So again, Migliori now playing goal for Braintree, which obviously is not what head coach Jameson wanted to have to do because of the fact that he's one of his players up top. Creates a lot of chances. Very athletic, very quick. And Morrison pushed right in the back, and a foul going to be called. Right around the 40 is where Braintree will have a free kick. 17.5 to go. Braintree down a goal here on the home field. Very chilly afternoon here at Braintree High School. And what has been a very difficult season for this Braintree program that lost a lot of their seniors from a season ago. Expected it to be a tough year. Braintree has had tough times finishing a lot of their chances. Multiple times in this game, they've been able to do a nice job as the goalie will come back in. And actually, Braintree, with their JV player coming back over, a JV goalie coming over to help out the cause if needed. It looks like we are going to see Braintree go back to their starter. So we are going to see a change now. No change yet. It is still a Brookline possession, so they will not make a substitution. "16 minutes left on the clock as Braintree, not a great clearing attempt, and then the shot is over the crossbar. That is the last place you want to put the ball. Everything should be on the sideline in that spot, and they tried to use the middle of the field and got very lucky that that shot was high. Braintree sends it away. 15 and change left here in the half in a one-goal game. Braintree up ahead of the pack, looking for Etchell. Etchell flicks it ahead and not able to get to it. On that far run was McGill. Long ball up the field, and it is keeper ball. Good high kick as this one is moved forward by Morrison, who had just checked back in. As the two sides lock up, and now on the far sideline. Here goes the speed again of Brookline as they have a chance with the player right in front, and a goal is scored. A great finish in front on a nice crossing pass, and then it is sent home right in front of the goal. As you can see that, a little 2-on-1 in front of the Braintree keeper, and the Warriors have a couple of goals. And that is Near, number 22 in white, the goal scorer. And that speed right now on the edge of the field has really given Braintree all sorts of fits, as they again have given up a second here on the half. With 14:20 to go in this first half of play, Braintree down 2 goals at the home field. As Braintree gives it away yet again, and then a foul coming as Braintree down a pair of goals and now giving up a free kick. Some frustration, of course, built into that with now giving up their second.
And this is now just Brookline's third game of the season scoring multiple goals. Both of the quickest 2 games that they scored more than once.
Hey, just do nothing.
They're in a good position here, up by 2 now in the free kick.
Here is the opportunity with 2 players right around the ball.
Ready, 25, ready.
As this one sent in on goal, and it is stopped. Plenty of velocity behind that on the shot by Goldberg. Kicked away by Braintree with 13:30 to go. Braintree right now really being outplayed on the field. Probably one of their toughest decisions in their most recent games. Braintree was beaten badly in their last game on the road. A defeat at Natick 6-0. And now down a pair of goals already. So they've been outscored 8-0 in the last couple of games, which is a change right now that Braintree needs to fix. Migliori now looking for a player ahead, and the pass was chipped, but not any further. Braintree, of course, plays a very difficult schedule. So does Brookline. Not going to take that away, but Braintree's schedule has been very tough and has put them in some very vulnerable spots, as this one is out of bounds right in front of the referee, who's looking at it at the 30. This one thrown in, and it goes all the way out of bounds. Nobody able to get a piece of it. So a goal kick now as Magula hands off to his defense. Sent away, and Smagula actually does kick it away after all said and done. As now Morrison lost it, and now back up ahead of the pile. Braintree with a dangerous challenge, and now another foul, as this one is going to occur very close to the penalty area, and I think it may have been just on the edge of it. So it is just outside the box. Otherwise, we would have seen a penalty kick, but we are not going to see one. This one about 20 yards out. That was oh so close. The signal would have been to the middle of the 18 for a penalty kick if that was the situation, but it wasn't. 3 players around the ball right now for the Warriors, who have a 2-goal lead. Possession's going to take us under 10:45 to go till the halftime break, and Braintree definitely having a lot to work on at halftime. As this one is sent in, hits the back of a player, and play is offside. Around the 30, as Braintree will move it out to midfield and further. All the way down the field they go, as this one lifted down the right sideline. And last touch by Braintree. Hussein trying to get a foot in there to make a play and could not. A couple of changes for the visitors, as Brookline has a 2-goal advantage here on the road at Braintree High School. Very chilly afternoon. Around a 4:45 start time. Definitely feels like fall now, as this is an opportunity here for Braintree. But they cannot get that pass through. Javistoglu back behind the last defender, but could not get the ball as it's worked out of bounds, and a Braintree throw in. Here is Tracy set to throw it in. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Everybody's marked up. This one kicked real high in the air, but to nobody in particular, as Braintree wins the ball. Here's Davistoglu, looking middle. Could not get it there to Ringus, as this one cleared out of bounds. And another Braintree throw-in. So looking for a quality Braintree shot attempt as this one is chested towards the sideline. Middle of the field, dangerous spot to clear it. And now Migliori. Can he get it back to his right foot? Tried to cut it back left, and the ball was knocked away. As this one is deflected away and headed towards the defender who clears. As Braintree cannot work it out yet. Here is the opportunity. Looking for a release as Tracy with some good defense. Somehow it's cleared to the back post and almost made its way in. Not sure how that one made its way through and how it was so close to going in. That was not a great angle and certainly one that you expect a save to be made on. Did not go on goal, but a lot closer than it really should have been. Third goal would have been a backbreaker before halftime. Down 2, you can recover. 3 goals down, very difficult in a 40-minute half. And a good over-the-shoulder clearing attempt as Hussein now able to trap it down, looking for somewhere to go with it. Braintree giving the ball away. As the ball thrown in or down midfield and then deflected out of bounds. And again, last touch by Braintree. Fired in quickly as this one is mistouched by Braintree. Just haven't had anything really go their way here in this first half. As the ball is open in the middle of the field for Ringus. Ringus could not get much on that pass. And right now, the speed just creating all sorts of mismatches for Braintree, who's being run around in their own end. Good challenge here, right around the 40. As Migliori locks up with the defender, Lippman. As Braintree just chips it out of bounds. Final 6 minutes and 20 seconds here of a quick-moving first half. Kind of some odd things that have happened here in this half, including Braintree having to change the goalie because of an injury for a moment with a player going into the goal, and that was Migliori. But goalie back in now as the Braintree keeper is good enough to play as this one towards goal and stopped. As this one chipped out to midfield. And now Devistoglu could not get much on it, trying to use the shoulder instead of the head. As now Tracy. Tracy double teamed along the sideline. More changes for Braintree. Right down the sideline as now Migliori hands back to Devistoglu. Knocked off the ball, and it will be a Braintree throw-in. Right at their own bench, here goes Tracy. Tips it down inside of the 20-yard line. As Braintree with pretty good pressure there, they're going to earn themselves a free kick as the defender had turned them, and that was Nicoli who had scored the first goal of this game. 4.5 remaining. 2-player wall, and that's not 10 yards in front of them. So this is Morrison, ready to take it. This might be a chance for Braintree to send it in on goal. Morrison bends it to the back post. It's headed on goal and stopped. Braintree's best opportunity. Was expecting maybe Morrison going right at the goal with that. Obviously having to go through a 2-player wall, but did have the sun to his advantage as the opponent had to glare right into it. .345 and counting here in this first half as Brookline again trying to create yet another chance as that one goes out. Time running out here in this first half for the home team. This one bent in, and a signal, but no call for a corner. Looking to chip it across. As this one towards goal and up and over. Opportunity really wasn't there. Definitely some good chances in this game. More so for Brookline, but could easily have more than 2 goals on the board. Definitely not Braintree's best half of the season. As this one is going to be picked up at 2:40 to go. As Braintree looking for a late opportunity. Here is going to be the chance from Hussein. The ball is cleared by the defense. That was Dong who cleared that one away, and Braintree now will send it in. The throw in here of Divisaglu. Thrown right inside the 18. Flicked towards the middle. Open inside of the 18 now was Ringus, who tries to go down and get a call, and looks like the call is going to go in the other direction instead. So both players were down on the ground. Braintree the guilty party of the foul. There's Lawrence down on the ground again. Clock stops with 2 minutes left. That's the typical fashion in the first half, and in the second half with 5 minutes it stopped. The only time is official on the field. The refs are the only ones that really know the exact time. Looking down at the watches now. Opportunity here for the Warriors, who've been offside twice here in this first half. Here is the opportunity. Crossed. Open on the back post and headed wide. 2 players in the same spot and nobody home on the Braintree defense. Friedman also in on that with the crossing attempt. Probably about a minute or so left, maybe even less than that. Picked up by Tracy. Tracy trying to work it to midfield as Migliori knocked off the ball. Braintree trying to find a way to get a foul in their favor. Long ball towards the corner. Bent across. A good ball, and that one is neatly stopped. Keeper continuing to dive down. Very unorthodox style going like that towards the ground. Obviously, any sort of bobble there in a spot like that, you get the goal wide open to shoot at, but it obviously was gobbled up and there was no rebound. As this one is middle of the field. Picked up by Migliori. Cut across by Barry as Braintree nearly bumped off the ball again. Looking for a chance here is Hussein. Hussein going to the outside, has that one knocked away on a slide tackle. Last chance here of the half for the home team. Probably the last opportunity they'll have here in this first half. Got to have a quality look. Rufo should be able to throw this one inside of the 18. Able to do so. Deflects out. Nobody's there for Braintree, and that's the halftime break. So the whistle sounds halftime, 40 minutes in the books, and Braintree on the wrong side of a 2-goal game right now. A goal in the 7th minute. The difference in this game scored by Nicoli, an insurance goal scored just a handful of minutes later, and Brookline a 2-0 advantage here after 40 minutes of action at Alumni Stadium here at Braintree High School. And both teams with 1 win, but looks like Brookline could be the favored team now to get their second and move up in the power rankings as we will conclude our first half of action. We'll be back for second half action in a moment. Welcome back here to Braintree High School, here at Alumni Stadium. Second half action underway. A little 10-minute breather for both teams, and Braintree trying to recover right now from a 2-0 deficit here at their home field at Alumni Stadium. Continuing to struggle here is Braintree as they yet again face more shots early in the half. As Braintree now out of bounds for a throw. Opportunity here for Brookline as they try and stretch it to the Braintree side of the field right now with a 2-goal advantage, and Braintree able to get the takeaway. We'll see if they can get one here early in the second half, give themselves a reasonable opportunity. Doesn't have to be an early goal, but you'd like to get one by that 20-minute mark. That's really the goal Braintree should have, and try and get one halfway through this second half. Give yourselves a reasonable opportunity to come back in this contest. Of course, that next goal going to be so important if we see another one. A third for Brookline would just about put this one away, but Braintree will fight back. Again, coming off of their toughest defeat of the season in a 6-0 loss on the road at Natick, which was a little bit of a shock to me, just seeing that score. Not saying that Natick's not a good team, but there's been a lot of kind of weird decisions for Braintree here this season. Lawrence again going down. Seemed to sell that a little bit more than needed. Not saying it wasn't a foul, but I think there was a little bit of an overreaction on his way down to the ground. As the opportunity is there, and a great save, and then it goes wide. Braintree fortunate not to give up one here. Opportunity again for the Warriors, who find it in traffic. Nicola trying to stretch the field. Braintree able to get the takeaway. And now trying to cross it and switch fields as Migliori now hands back for Morrison. As Morrison trying to use the middle of the field, looked like Herget Harris is able to get it for Braintree and then force it to the far side for Hussein, who has a little bit of room. Back down the sideline, Herget Harris going one-on-one, able to get past the defender, and now Braintree's chances here as they bend it across and cannot get away a shot. Instead, the ball kept in bounds. Again, an opportunity for Braintree to get a shot away. This time they will get a corner kick. So here's the opportunity Braintree was hoping for just about 4 minutes in to this second half of action. Down 2 goals, this is where you want to strike. Braintree hasn't had tons of chances, but you got to take advantage here of your limited opportunities if you're going to win this game. As this one sent in, good header, and just wide. Double deflected, as that was Morrison who got the last touch. So I guess it was triple deflected. Braintree got 2 headers on it, and then a Brookline player also getting a piece, as we'll see a second corner on the possession. The side on the near sideline. And again, Braintree will send, same spot, and again they had the opportunity and just could not get a foot on it. As Rufo was there on the good run on the back post, could not get a piece of that ball. That was pretty much an empty net to shoot at. And that was just about the exact same situation that Brookline had scored. Not the exact same scenario, of course, because it wasn't off of a corner kick, but same situation was back post, and they were able to finish that second goal. Braintree was trying to create their first goal of this game, which would turn this into a brand new ball game now. As Herget Harris battles in some traffic. And good defense by Tracy, who's able to win it away and now work it down the sideline. As this one is worked out of bounds for a Braintree throw-in. Braintree is certainly playing some better soccer here in the second half, creating some opportunities that they didn't really have back in the opening half, and probably got a pretty good speaking to from head coach Jamison as they look for a handball and they get the call. As Rufo able to use his body. Settle down as Migliori will trap it down. Plays catch with Tracy. And Barry now looking up the field, and that through ball would not get through. Good challenge in the air as that's Tracy able to win the header. Here's Braintree ahead of the pack, trying to get that one on the back foot and could not get a piece. And Brookline's hoping for a deflection. They're not going to get the call. One referee calling Braintree ball, one referee calling Brookline, and the one looking at the play is going to get the overrule. As this one is cleared to the far side, and Braintree will get the ball back anyway. So we played just about 7 minutes now into this second half. Braintree has not been able to create a scoring chance yet. Although Rufo had the chance, just could not get a shot on goal. Had a very strikeable ball right around his knees, but just could not get it away. A lot of room now for the Warriors as they exit their own end. Up over midfield, and Braintree with a couple of players there, including Tracy, to defend. Migliori finds it in a maze of white jerseys. And now a whistle against Braintree again. Barry with some real estate in front of him. Good ball up ahead, hits Braintree a chance, and they could not get it by him. Defense just won't let Braintree back behind him. That was as good of a chance as you're going to ask for. There's not many blue jerseys in the middle of the field. Everybody's packed up on defense right now. All players back there. Middle of the field, wide open, Tracy. As he moves it up over the Braintree B. And down the sideline, trying to get the pass ahead for Migliori. They play catch along the sideline, and it's now worked up towards the 45, and a tough challenge from behind, and we may see a card here from Braintree. Might see a card on Morrison. They foul from behind. They're going to see a yellow here. Really not much of a surprise. Anytime the challenge is from behind, it's almost always going to be a yellow card. But, of course, thinking back to that challenge with the collision with the Braintree goalie, there was no card shown in that spot, so you can certainly understand the frustration on the sideline on the Braintree side as that perspective. Play continues here. I believe the ball was still rolling on that last sequence, and that was why they had to redo the kick. Braintree now will stretch it up over midfield. Devisoglu trying to find his way through the middle of the field, and every time Braintree tries to pass through the middle of the field, it just has not worked. Got to try and find a different avenue to get the ball through. Knocked towards the sideline and out of bounds for another throw. So just Over 9 minutes in now to the second half. Braintree has definitely started to get some opportunities, but got to find ways to get shots on goal. And now looking up ahead is Braintree trying for that long stretch pass. Brookline with a long pass down the field. 2 defenders back. Opportunity for a shot attempt. Looking for a cross now. Still nothing in towards goal, and then it's deflected and never made its way in. Braintree is able to clear. This one to the sideline. Opportunity moving in again. Here is a Brookline chance, and nicely played away by Barry. Able to take away that opportunity. Really nice play there with the cleat to keep that ball right along the sideline, but the referee looking down the line calls it out. So throwing right in front of the Braintree bench around the 30-yard line here on the Alumni Stadium turf. Both sides shoulder to shoulder, and Braintree with a physical play, trying to get the ball up the field, could not get away. A good clearing attempt, and the shot goes wide. And we're going to see a goal kick now upcoming for Braintree with 28:45 left. Braintree now will chip it up over the midfield mark. Back into the hands of the Brookline defense. 1-on-3 goes Braintree. Defense right now for the Warriors has been the difference in this game. They've been very good. The speed now, and Braintree fortunate to get a piece there on the slide tackle. Always dangerous when you do that, especially inside of your own 18. Could have been a PK situation, but Braintree did get the ball first, which is, of course, what you want in that spot. But it's been the problem all game long. The speed on the edges of the field for Brookline has created a mismatch. The Braintree defense. Middle of the 18 and headed wide. Not really very close on the header. Good win in the air, but that one well wide. Probably a good 10 feet wide off the deflection. Braintree sends it out off of the goal kick. Right around the midfield mark is where it was played. Now down the near sideline as Braintree almost guilty of a foul there. Looking for a chance now as Goldberg hands off for Nicoli. And now it's chipped in and a chance to clear as Braintree's able to do so. Not all the way though. As the opportunity now, looking for a cross, and a save is made. And now an injury down on the field. Looked like he took that one on the side or up on the upper leg. It was on the follow-through, I believe, on the pass or shot. Nice turn with the ball this time for Braintree. Here's a good-looking ball up ahead. Trying to stay on side as this one is touched last by the visitors. It'll be a corner. So this is the chance Braintree needs. So approaching that 20-minute mark, which is where I was stating you really need to get one if you're Braintree. Try and get one halfway through this half. Can Braintree create some traffic in front of the goalie? As this one is sent in, and they're going to re-kick it. A lot going on here right in front of the goal. As this one is going to be high and over the crossbar. No real opportunity was there. Frustrating sequence there for the home team as Braintree again hasn't had many chances to score in this game, but just haven't really been able to take advantage on their limited chances. Got to find a better avenue to get that ball to a player's head or foot in that spot. Can't give yourself that ball going out of bounds, which takes away any sort of chance there. Turning back with it as Braintree now with some neat passing as sets up Migliori, cuts back to his left foot. Barry trying to swing it back right, and Braintree holding on to the ball too long. Tracy now trying for a shot and in on a hop, an easy save. Played out by Rufo, able to get back to it at midfield. A lot better passing here in the second half. Braintree starting something now with Rufo. As Rufo coming all the way up from his own defensive spot. Sits flat for Javisoglu. Braintree looking through, and I don't think that was the intended target of the pass. As now, here is the shot, and again blocked away. As Javisoglu twice has been denied on the shot. As Barry now, and now outside. Here's Etchell. Etchell cuts back. Looking to bend it right back in. It makes its way through. Again, Javisoglu. Here is the shot attempt. Still loose. And a save. Rebound. Score! And are they going to take it off the board? I think they're going to take the goal away. Or are they going to keep it? I don't know what the referee was pointing to there. I think the goal will stand, but he was pointing quickly back to center field. Maybe Braintree was just trying to hustle it up. Either way, it's a goal. And Braintree, right where I was asking for them to score, right around that 20-minute mark, gave themselves the chance. That's all you had to do. And then Braintree with a foul here. I don't think we're going to see the referee looking into the pocket for another card. Braintree getting a goal to cut this one in half to make it a 2-1 game. And now does Braintree have one more left in the pocket to try and tie this game up? If they could somehow come away with the tie out of this game, that would be a huge result after falling behind by 2. So many opportunities to get the ball through as this one back post still inbounds, and the opportunity still and kept away. What a couple of sequences there. Both goalie and defense getting a piece, and a very, very important sequence there for Braintree to hold on to the 2-1 game. A lot more excitement built in now as this has turned into a ball game and a 2-1 game. With 22:20 to go in the ball game. As always, Bay State Conference games tight. 1-goal game now. Middle, and that one's going to make its way in. Was there contact with a player? And they are going to say this one will stand. And Braintree wants an explanation here. It's the second time Braintree's had a collision with their own goalie in this one. And just after scoring a goal to make it a 2-1 game, it's back to 3-1. Just a real frustrating sequence in what has been continued just tough sledding for this Braintree team. Every time you get something good, something bad happens right after. And obviously in that case, a goal off of the corner kick to give Brookline a 3-1 advantage. Really just a tough sequence. As this one is flicked out of bounds by the Braintree defense, and now they're back in a vulnerable spot, down by 2 goals. Braintree has this one deflect, and now it's in again. And a 4th goal of the game, and that is probably going to be the icing on the cake. 2 goals in a couple of minutes, and how has this all happened? Braintree just falling apart in their own end. That 3rd goal went in and kind of took the morale down, and now a 4th follows. So Brookline starting to pour it on here late in this game after Braintree was able to pull within a goal. And it seemed like oh so long ago now. What was a 2-1 contest right around the 23-minute mark has turned into a 4-1 game just 2 minutes later. So you got to give Brookline credit for continuing to respond to adversity. Haven't faced much here in this game, of course, but they have battled back. They've obviously been the better team, but thought Braintree would have done better after scoring the goal to make it a 1-goal game. Looking up the field now as goals starting to flow. 3 goals here in the second half, and 3 goals in about 4 minutes. 1 for Braintree, 2 for Brookline, who has opened up a 3-goal margin. Not many soccer games you see 5 goals in, but we've had a lot of offense here in the second half. Braintree has given up a lot of goals the last couple of games, including 6 in the defeat in the 6-0 loss at Natick. Just giving up too many goals. This Braintree offense not built to score that many. I'm sure head coach Jamieson wants his team to play a 1-goal game, whether it's 1-0, 2-1, those type of games. Just too tough to try and compete when you have to score 3 or 4 goals in a game. Just nearly impossible. That's the opportunity here now for the Warriors. They try to carry it in, and now Braintree with some contact and another foul. And they're going to say that the foul occurred just outside